sick of this. Get those Just Eat fools on the line for me. We're gonna do this doggy style.
Did somebody say just eat?
Me, get delivery like a G. See, hungry dogs gotta eat. I get mines every day, every week. Chicken wings to the crib, I'm sitting in. Burger in the low. Hope they put the pickle in. Wonton on a catamaran. Oodles and noodles, thank you, my man. Tacos to the chateau. Please, did somebody say
Just eat.
private jetting in the night sky? My man hand glide by with my fried rice. Right? What could you not love? Bought a slice on the side of the hot tub. Ooh, what you gon' do, boo? Chocolate fondue right on cue. Even dipping in the sea. I see food, seafood sees me. Justeat.
Somebody say just eat.
And we are on.
We're on.
This is Snoop Sports on the 24th
4th
of May.
Mate, time is flying, isn't it? 7 months and it's Christmas Eve. How exciting.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of that. Never thought of that. There you go.
Espera, Pedya. Valandi, how was your weekend, mate?
Listen, I had quite a good weekend, actually.
You enjoyed yourself?
Quite a great weekend.
Is that because one of your teams ended up winning? Well, actually, both your teams
Well,
won on
no,
the
I
weekend,
mean, the
mate.
most important one ended up winning. The other ones just of like, they rip a game, but whatever, like 1 point.
Oh, you're talking about the Crows now,
Yeah.
are you? Well, look, let's get into the AFL because some massive results on the weekend. And, it was all to play for. The Melbourne Demons, we'll start with your game, mate. The Melbourne Demons came here to Adelaide to go, 10-0. But the LA Crows rocked up, Valandi, didn't they? And they said, you know what?
What? When you sent me the tipping, what did I say to you? Do you
Here we
remember
go,
what I
Adelaide.
said to
Yeah,
you?
he said listen, he said he wanted the Crows. He goes, I reckon the Crows. I said, look, we've already gone West Coast against GWS. I wanted GWS. He said, no, West Coast will win. Tochasa make after. So imagine now, if the Crows lost, we'd be 2 behind. So we're only 1 behind at least. You got to take it as it comes, mate. But look, unfortunately, we are 1 behind now, Fan Footy SA on the tips because they went GWS and we went West Coast a la Valandi's tip. But anyway, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. But back to the footy. The Crows, mate, 1 point winners. Now, the Texan, who's had a lot of criticism of late after starting the season on fire, scored the winning goal, didn't he, mate? Did you watch that winning goal? You were there from behind?
I was watching it and I was thinking about third quarter, I was thinking this bloke's only kicked 1 goal and then just comes out of nowhere and is the highest scorer of the game.
He did 3 goals, mate. Very good by the Texan. But the biggest news of the day, Valandi, and they've come out today and said that they got it wrong. The out of bounds, I don't know if you remember the Crows in the last 20 seconds, mate, the handball
Controversial.
that went out of bounds, that was deliberate,
Controversial.
if I've ever seen it, unless he was trying to hit the player, but he missed him by about 50 metres. But the AFL has come out, Valandi, and said it was the view of the umpire in real time that from this angle there was a player in the vicinity and such decided to call a throw-in. Upon review, it was deemed the player did not display sufficient intent to keep the ball in play. So there you go, Valandi. It's okay to come out and say you stuffed up, but it cost the Demons possibly 2 points. They could have snapped it and got a point, or the win on 4 points. So, look, these decisions happen throughout the game. We only get to see these in the true light when the game's on the line. So, look, these things do happen. And I'm going to test to playing basketball last night and the umpires having a terrible game. But anyway, that's another story in itself. But, look, the Crows won, mate. They played well and they deserved to win the game. Other games, Brisbane Lions beat Richmond. Carlton beating Hawthorn. We knew that was going to happen. Geelong beating the Suns. The Bulldogs smashing the Saints, Valandi, 111 points. The Saints, I don't know what's happened to them this year, but it's all good night, Charlie. Fremantle beating the Swans by 2 points. That was an upset in itself, wasn't it? We went the Swannies.
We did.
But yeah, we also do have a special guest on my right for some special comments tonight. So whenever he feels he can comment, he will come in. But there, Kalispera, mate.
He's still so nasty.
Kalitos.
We're still saying
Just-
it, boys.
Is well, we are. It's what is it like?
We've still got
2 weeks to go.
Still got another
Yeah.
14 days, mate.
It's funny because I just made a mention of him earlier in the show. Well, just repeating a comment that he said about me studying Italian with Naya. And next thing you know, he's just standing right there in the studio. So, yeah.
I was around.
Welcome.
The corner. Thank
Welcome.
You, boys.
Because he's a football. He loves the footy, mate. He is a football
Oh.
expert when it comes to
Perfect
Norwood.
timing to jump in the show, huh?
I just want to make one note with the Crows game, right?
You're a Crows fan, aren't you?
Oh, come on. No questions that. All of a sudden, we've come out of the woodworks. But
Yeah, I'm knocking the
apparently,
studio
we
here
didn't win
today.
any stats.
Oh well, look. I
Like,
don't.
as in, there were no. I mean, there was like, I don't know, 21 to nil hit outs or something like that. I mean, from what I understand, midfield did really well.
Yeah.
But we didn't win any stats, yet we won by 1 point, and we beat the top side.
Well, the Demons had more inside 50s by 13 as well.
Yeah. So that's-
More hit outs, more clearances.
But isn't that interesting? Like,
Yeah.
didn't win anything on the stats, but we won the game. Bit of an anticlimax there, but the other
Stats
thing is,
don't always tell the true story, mate.
no,
do
they don't. But I mean, I wouldn't be too happy if I was the coach, but or the Crows. But the other thing is, Port beat the bottom team by how much?
What do you mean the bottom team? But yeah, talking about Port,
By
you've
1
just
point. Was it by 1 point?
1 point.
Yeah, 1 point.
They're third
I
bottom.
don't know who
Hey,
I would
point.
take. Listen, I don't know who I would take.
Look, but listen
Would you
here.
take- which one's
Irrespective
better?
of
Can I
hey,
wait? No,
irrespective of whether it's-
irrespective of your malakias that you're about to say.
Hey, we've got the
excuse
priest
my
here, mate.
excuse my language, father.
But
But irrespective of what you're about to say, this is how I see it. Port Adelaide has not
Got 4
yet
points.
bet a top 4 team.
That's all right. Though. Well, we
Right?
were playing a team outside
Crows,
the bottom 8, mate,
Crows,
so we won. We
first
beat 'em.
game of the season, annihilated Geelong, which I know they're not a top 4 at the moment, but they have been a good team, and completely like dominated on the weekend.
You didn't dominate. Let's be honest. The preacher said we didn't. You did not.
All right,
dominate.
we didn't, but we won.
You won, exactly.
We won.
That's all that
we
matters.
won. That's all that matters. The
on
4
game.
points.
Exactly.
The 4 points
And we
went
did the same
Adelaide's
thing.
way.
So I guess what I'm saying, Valandi, and I kind of support you here, is imagine if you start winning the stats, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
You
Imagine.
might lose. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, the power, they were behind literally for 91 minutes of the game. Ended up coming home with a wet sail, Valandi might I add, to win by 1 point. And now we're going to get to Mal of the Week. Now, we're only saying Mal because the priest is here. We only got the first 3 letters of that word. But
Terrible, just shocking villas.
actually, you know what? We're going to bring the Mal of the Week in now. You know why? Because in relation to the AFL, Valandi,
Well, here we go.
the Mal of the Week this week, and you probably know who it's going to be now. Do you know who the Mal of the Week is?
Tell me.
None other than one of the greatest players in Supercoach history, Dane Swan.
No.
Now, in the game, in the first quarter, he said, "Is 1 point good in a quarter of footy?" Asking for a lot of friends of mine from SA. Then Lockie from SA said, "Hi Dane, Lockie from SA here. It is when you win by a point." So there you go. That did not age well for Dane Swan. Big Mal of the Week. They ended up losing by 1 point. So there you go. Do not count your chickens before they hatch.
Can what I want to mention on Dane Swan and anyone Collingwood and all that.
We've got the priest here. They don't talk about
No,
Dane Swan's videos there.
All I'm going to say is that by far Collingwood supporters group has won the banner of the year.
The banner didn't even make sense.
Is black and white owls without a doubt. Yes, stick to wearing teal and wrecking in excess. Perfect. That there, hands
Everyone
down.
loves the In Excess song, mate.
Yeah, but they're basically saying that the toothless supporters of Port Adelaide have ruined the meaning of the song.
Hold on, tell
I've
me
got all
something.
my teeth, actually.
Tell me something. Is that true that in history Collingwood have lost now 1,000 times?
Yes. That's another stat.
They were the 1,000th.
Thousandth loss to the
What's
true
irony on that,
the true
hey?
Port Adelaide.
Hey? The irony to the
There
true
you
Port
go.
Adelaide, eh?
There you go.
Ah.
See, that's how it
Comments by
happens,
Father Michael?
mate. See, there you go. Special comments tonight. And the last game, actually, sorry, GWS beat West Coast, as we said, and Essendon smashing Kangaroos by 72. Now, to the latter, The Bulldogs on top now, Valandi, on 36 with Melbourne also on 36. Geelong, Brisbane, Port on 28. Sydney, West Coast 24, and Giants rounding out the top 8. The Crows, 13th at the moment, Valandi, on 4 wins. And the Wooden Spoon is definitely going to, I would say, North Melbourne at the moment. 1 win in 10 games. So Hawthorn and Collingwood just behind them, in front of them on 8 points. So look, let's see what happens there. But enough about AFL. Let's get on to the EPL and the penultimate round of the EPL season 2021.
I'm just bringing up the ladder or the results.
Bring up the results.
Obviously, the last weekend of the EPL calendar is always my favourite.
Dramatic, isn't it?
Especially when you got a device that has Optus Sports on it.
Oh, it's the best,
and you get to watch like all the different games all at once.
It's the best, isn't it?
But let's start off with what comes up first on my results here. And that is, of course, over at Emirates Stadium.
Emirates
Stadium.
Was Arsene Wenger there, you reckon?
Oh, yeah.
He probably was. He probably was. Now, listen to this. 2 for Arsenal, 0 for Brighton.
Nicolas
and
Pepe,
Hove.
2 goals there, mate. A double. But just
Not enough to take us to Europe.
No, that was my next thing. But yeah, the last round is always, as you said, it's the most important because there's always either the title up for grabs, top 4, relegation. Now, this year, unfortunately, relegation was already done and dusted. The champion was already Man City, but the Champions League and Europe spots were up for grabs. And as you said, it was topsy-turvy. I was watching the Liverpool game this morning, and Leicester was in there and they were winning, and at one stage they were in. Chelsea was in, and then they were losing, and then Liverpool was in, and then Chelsea's was in, and then Leicester's gone home. So, mate, incredible last round of fixtures. And as you said, 2-0 Arsenal. What's the next one on your list, mate?
We've got Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 1.
Massive result.
That there was a
Aston
massive
Villa.
result for you guys.
But it helped because you'll go to the game shortly, but because of another result, Chelsea, even though they lost, were able to still make Champions League for next season. So
We've got Fulham 0, Newcastle 2.
2-0. And also for Fulham, Valente was an Australian that played his first game for Fulham. One sec, I'll get his name here. I did have it. And
Obviously, he did F-all because they ended up on 0.
Well, he came on. He came off the bench, mate. Ena Leptor. Where is he? Tyrese Francois is his name. Australian, born in Australia, 20 years and 312 days. And he's made 2 appearances and both as a sub for Fulham. So
Nice.
There you go.
Over at Elland Park, we had Leeds 3, West Brom 1.
Now Leeds, mate, my second. I like Leeds, second favourite team, mate. Finishing 9th for the season. We did mention early on they were going to finish mid-table, so they've done really well coming back into the EPL.
At King Power Stadium, we had Leicester City on 2 and Tottenham Hotspurs on 4.
Mate,
Massive result for you guys.
massive result for us because it meant that, look, we had to just match the result of Leicester, and we did one better. And, Jamie Vardy gave him the early lead, and we thought, here we go. Liverpool was 0-0 still. I'm like, come on, man. We were shooting the ball. We couldn't get it in. And then Harry Kane, unfortunately, for Mo Salah, took out the Golden Boot on 23 goals. So he won the Golden Boot and the assists. Playmaker of the year for Harry Kane. So there you go.
And then over at Anfield with 2 to his name, Mane
Sadio
on 2 and Crystal Palace on 0.
Yeah, it was actually, like I said, mate, the stats, it was 19 shots to 5, Valundi, in that game. It was one-way traffic. But as we know, stats don't always matter, so we had to put the ball in the back of the net. And Sadio came up trumps after a pretty average season this year by his standards, so it's good for him to get a couple of goals.
And in the other Arab stadium, Etihad, we had Manchester on 5.
5-0.
Everton, Ben Hall on 0.
0.0, mate.
G'day, Benny.
Ben says hi and he's glad that you're a legend for being a Crow supporter,
Yes.
mind you. And actually, while we're talking about comments, oh, look, it's Father Sparrow. I apologise in advance for any vlakias my husband might say tonight.
Don't worry.
That's surely
Kev.
my wife.
I'm here to balance things.
He's reining us in, mate. He's reining us in. But just quickly on Man City, Sergio Aguero, one of the greatest Premier League strikers, obviously gone. And he was fitting because he scored a double as well in 5 minutes, so that was pretty good for him
Hey,
to finish off there.
Father Mike's favourite player scored on the 14th minute in that game.
Who scored?
Gabriel Jesus.
Jesus.
roll.
Jesus.
All right.
But hang on, talking about Benny Hall is on Everton.
Benny Hall.
Now
you're a
they were
legend, mate.
title
Worry.
title winners, mate, early on in
I'm
the
with
season.
you,
Do you
Benny,
remember?
Don't worry about him.
Valandi, you remember when he
They
sat
were.
here
He
and I
sat
showed him
here.
all my medals and he said Everton are going to win the title this year.
Yep. And now
Benny, there's always
this is
next
his
year, mate.
exact comment tonight. His exact comment.
They finished
typical
10th.
Everton doing typical Everton things. All right.
Everton will always be in the shadow
Next
of
game,
Liverpool,
Sheffield
mate.
United 1, Burnley 0.
Good result for Sheffield. They finished bottom this year, Valandi, but they got a win last game of the season. So there you go.
West Ham United 3 and Southampton 0.
Good result for West Ham. They made
And-
European football, Valandi. West Ham playing in Europe, so there you go.
Last game of the season in total went
Wolves.
to Manchester United 2, Wolves 1.
Yep. And the final table, Valandi, Man City top, as we said. Man United second. Liverpool third. And Chelsea fourth, with Leicester, West Ham and Tottenham playing in Europe next year. But just on the table, Valandi, because I'm going to wind back here to the 8th of March.
Hang on. How does Tottenham play in Europe? Isn't it
Tottenham got the last spot.
5th and 6th go to Europe?
No, and 7th, man. Because I heard it today, so they didn't make Europe.
Well, it says here Champions League is the top 4, and then Europa is number 5,
Yeah,
and
but I
then
think-
it's playoff for number 6.
Yeah, but I think what's it called gets an extra spot this year.
Okay, fair enough.
Um,
Ben Hall says Everton and Pella blue forever.
Yeah, that's exactly
well,
right, mate.
blue's a good colour, but not for Everton, mate.
We're all blue here, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm Pella.
Oh wow,
There you go.
3 blues.
I know.
3 blues
I know.
make a red. But
It's
anyway,
it's a shocker, isn't it?
just talking about the table now, just wind back to the 8th of March, Valandi. So 10 games to go in the season. Liverpool were sitting 8th on 43 points, and Leicester were 10 points ahead of them in 3rd position at that stage. So Leicester did a real choke job and ended up finishing 5th. So Leicester and Chelsea were 7 points clear of Liverpool at the stage as well. So the last 10 games, Valandi, Liverpool 26 points from a possible 30 and ended up finishing 3rd position. Now, I'm not saying it because I go for them, but if you look at the team that we had to put out, we had about 19 different centre-back partnerships this year. Jurgen Klopp is a master, mate, when it comes to putting a team out there for success, mate, because if you take, and you saw Man City last year when they lost Laporte, one of their best defenders, they were unable to sort of win a title. And you take it your best couple of defenders, your midfielders have to go back, you lose a bit of shape. But to finish 3rd, mate, 20 wins, I think it's a pretty good effort this year. Next year, we're going to hopefully fight for the title unless Man City get Harry Kane, and then it's good night again for everyone else in the league. So we'll see what happens with him in the off-season because he wants out of Tottenham. He's sick of finishing, 6th or 7th, wherever they finish this year. I think 7th. So yeah, he'll go out there. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we've got comments here, people saying Klopp should be manager of the year.
Yeah.
Or for, like I
I
said, the
agree
team
with
that
that.
was there, mate, you have to put him in.
Heaps
what
of-
he
yeah,
But he's quite consistent. I think.
Yeah.
heaps of big injuries. And look, you know what? Kudos to Liverpool. You guys pulled out some really great performances this year.
And some not so good performances.
Yeah, not so good, but
We lost 7-2 to Aston Villa,
to
mate, if
end
you
up
remember.
where you
I'm not going
did.
to forget that one in a long
To
time.
end
I
up
don't
where you
think.
did. Look, in your last 10 games, you've pretty much won 8 and drew 2,
Yeah.
right? Considering where Liverpool was a few months ago,
Well, that's right.
it's great effort.
But just an interesting stat, as you know, I love stats. The last 3 years, Man City 265 points total, Liverpool 265 points total. So, and Man City unfortunately has got 2 of those titles. We've only got 1. But maybe next year we can go and do it again. Just quickly around the grounds, Valandi. In Spain, Atletico Madrid won the title with Suarez scoring the winner. Now, Suarez, if you know, was sold from Barca for pigeon feed. He ended up winning the the title at Atletico, so he was loving life.
Did you
there.
see the comment he made?
Yes, I got it here. He said FC Barcelona didn't value me, and he went on to score 21 goals and led Atletico Madrid to the title. So there you go. Luis Suarez potentially will be available on a free transfer. Maybe a Liverpool fairy tale reunion, mate. Who knows? Only time will tell. In the Greek league, the cup was won by PAOK. The Greek Cup, PAOK beat Olympiacos 2-1. The black and white winning everywhere at this stage. In French, this is the big one. In French league, mate, big upset. Lille beating PSG to the title by 1 point this morning.
Really?
So Lille winning the title there against the much fancied PSG.
Are they going to sack? Oh my God, I've gone blank.
Who?
What's PSG's coach?
Fuck, I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember his name. I just
What's his name, Yanopoulos?
Τώρα το ξέχασα, ρε.
What did you say before? You said something starting with an F. What was it? Was it an F or an M?
Freddie.
Yeah.
Freddie Ljungberg.
Pochettino, isn't it?
Mauricio
Pochettino,
Pochettino.
that's right.
Was
yeah.
Pochettino at PSG?
He is.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. How did I miss that note?
I don't know, mate.
Oh, jeez. Okay,
Can I
there you
say?
go. Big shout out to Anae. Anae.
Who's an A?
Anae, I don't know. She messaged. She
Spell
just,
an A.
yeah,
How do you spell a
Anae.
name? A-N-N-A-I?
A-N-N-A-I. It says here,
Oh,
Anae.
It's a bit like
Anae.
Adonai.
It's
annoying.
like Danae, but without the D.
Yeah. It's like Anna with an I.
With an I, okay. And that's
Yeah, big shout out to Aleko Yamel in Sydney.
Oh, yes. Yes, he's,
Anyway, back to the... yeah, Pochettino got pipped at the post, mate. They lost by a point. In Italy, big story. Napoli choked again out of the Champions League, and Juventus got the fourth spot.
What did
mate.
Napoli
That would've been
choke
fun
on
the
a
other day.
pizza?
Yeah, I think it was a margarita of some sort.
Napoli
mate.
pizza bar.
But Juventus, so
Napoli.
Milan, Atalanta, Juventus, and obviously the winners, the champions, Inter, into the Champions League with Napoli again playing in Europa League, mate. So unfortunately, they were in pole position and succumbed to a loss on the last
What
game.
do you think of Juventus and Ronaldo relationship?
Well,
Do we think Ronaldo will stay
Well,
on?
he said if they didn't make Champions League, he'd be out. But let's see. Is he going to go back to Man United?
I thought the whole reason they got him was to win the Champions League.
Well, the English teams are dominating, mate, at the moment. So anything's possible. As you know, the Champions League final still to be played. So all English final. So we'll see. Who do you reckon you got there, mate?
Oh, man, I don't know.
You reckon Chelsea or
I think,
Man?
you know what? It's looking more like Man City is going to win it. But then again, Chelsea could have been preserving their team and, you know, in the last couple of weeks.
So it's Sunday morning.
Knowing that, you know, they're not going to lose Champions League spot.
Oh.
Is it this Sunday morning?
Sunday morning, 4:30, mate. Man
Θα
City,
δούμε,
Chelsea. Θα δούμε, mate. Θα δούμε.
All right.
Let's get into the NBA, Valandi. The finals.
Yeah, what about the local stuff in a video?
All right, well, you got the local stuff there, mate.
Well, no, I just want a bit of a plug to our club.
All right, hello. Let's go to the local footy, mate. Anna
You know,
Lepto,
by our club, I mean Adelaide Olympic.
NPLSA. Hello. Lucky we got the
Yeah.
computers here, mate, because it makes it all easy. Hello.
So, of course,
Let's go,
the
Premier League.
seniors, Big win. Big win the other night against the Blue Eagles.
Here we go. There it is.
It's
Blue, yes,
3-1.
3-1. Massive result,
Uh-huh.
Olympic. 1-0 down as well, was it? 1-0
Yep,
down?
Sita, 2 great goals.
Beautiful.
And, of course, Konstantopoulos.
Constantopoulos, there you go, mate.
You know, it was a long time coming. It was his first one for
For-
21.
Yep.
And, of course, you know, we had the reserves as well. It was a 4-all draw there. It was a few goals. Under 18s.
Did they win, mate?
Well, under 18s, they secured the 3 points. So,
Secured them.
it was a long 90 minutes with Anthony Matasevic putting 2 penalties in the back of the net, winning 2-1.
2 penalties, mate. Unbelievable.
It was a good
What's going on there? Was there VAR
good
there
round
at all?
final.
You reckon?
V-
No VAR.
VAR. mate.
Greek RR.
Greek after a few uzos. Hey?
Yeah, no,
Oh, that's good,
was that?
mate.
VAR in Greece is just Uzo TV.
Was all TV, mate. There you go. Actually, when we brought local football into it now, as you know, I play for the LA Comets, and
let's not forget the
LA
big
Comets
JJ.
1-1 against Croydon. But did you see the video?
What happened?
Hey, Valandi,
What
mate.
happened, mate?
Comets score in the 96th minute, and their coach goes to celebrate, and he pulls his calf. He's torn his calf off his bone, and he's on the ground.
The Comets coach.
Barney Smith, the Comets coach. Yeah. I know, I'm not laughing, but it was. We saw the video. He pulled.
This is the bloke you're assistant to.
No, man, he's the first team, the NPL coach.
Oh, right. Okay.
This is not collegiate. This is the first team.
Oh, the NPL
The
coach.
NPL, mate.
Oh,
The NPL
right.
coach pulled his calf and gone. Celebrating, mate. Pulled his calf, celebrating. He's torn it. So we'll see him on.
Did anyone get that
see him
on-
tomorrow.
on-
Yeah, it's on video, mate. It's on Twitter.
Oh, is it?
It's on Twitter, mate.
Oh,
Actually, we'll try and post it. It
Okay,
up. I'll
done.
try and find the
Done.
link and I'll post it up.
It's pretty funny.
So let me just go to the table quickly. Comets on top, mate. Where's that Olympic? They're sitting.
They look at the.
That's their
ladder.
first win, Pate. Their first win
Oh,
of the season.
Yeah, okay, relax.
There you go. Hey, they're
Feel that
coming.
momentum.
It's time. There's time, mate.
time,
It'll come.
boys.
They're only 6 points behind.
I know.
Top, so
I
there's still
know.
plenty of time. Blue Eagles at bottom, so that's why you guys won there. But anyway.
Listen. Luke, listen. Stamada.
Mate. Have we got the State League? Let's have a look what happened,
What happened in
Valandi.
the State League?
Anyone shout out, Valandi, while I get these State League results?
Vasily is just saying NBA playoffs
Yeah, we're going to
go
get to that
Lakers.
now.
All
Oh,
right today.
State League 1, West Adelaide 2, Eastern United 1. Big result for the Greeks there.
you go.
Adelaide Hills Hawks beating Cobras 4-0.
What? Really?
Yep, Hawks 4-0. Let me just quickly go to the table on this one. Let's have a look. White City top, Cobras bottom, and West Adelaide 5th at the moment, 3 points behind with 3 wins. So there you go, all to play for, still early on in the season. State League 2, where we have the Pontian Eagles, Ena Lepto, Nadume. What's happened there, mate? Let's have a look. Website. It's good that you can just go online and find all the information that you require. Ena Leptuli. 2020, mate. That's not right. 2021
You're in the
fell
wrong,
on there, mate.
You're going with the old calendar now. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We have a lot of old calendars, and we love them.
Old calendar.
I don't know if they love us, but we love them.
Comment of the day.
Special comments for the Muggle.
That's what he's here for tonight, folks. That
Can't
is
believe
what
I'm
he's
even
here
here.
for.
Like, what's going on?
I don't know. You just rocked up, mate.
I'll
And
rock up in 3 years' time.
Galanase, mate.
Galaname. Galanaste.
Naste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Ane.
Namaste, and nay.
Come on, mate. This computer, mate. What's it doing to me? Oh, here we go. Salisbury won 8-0. What's going on here, mate? Is anyone playing on the other team? Buimas there. Vipers 1-0 with Norlunga, and Pontian losing to Port Adelaide Pirates 2-0.
Sorry, that just came out wrong.
The Pirates are coming, mate. And now the Port Adelaide Pirates are top, so they lost to the top team, so there's no shame in that.
No.
But they're sitting 6th at the moment, so only 5 points behind.
But did I tell you the story about the new facilities opening at Cobras?
Oh, yeah, Wiggle Oval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, by the way. The facilities there are fantastic.
I drove past it yesterday,
Yeah,
actually.
So guess what? It was a very windy day, and of course I get called last minute by our mutual friend, Mr. Gonas. And there we are, Peter Gonas and myself doing the Ayazmore. Who would have pictured that 20 years ago? Holding the microphone. It was a windy day. There are some nice photos of it if you want to have a
We'll
look.
have a look at that. Actually, we can.
Can I just say, my son James played the Cobras on Sunday. So he plays for the Comets, and they played the Cobras on Sunday. Very tight game, 4-4. But the Cobras coach was the most aggressive, near violent man that I have ever come across
Wouldn't have many other way.
for a juniors under 6 game.
Well,
He
well, you gotta
was.
Started from the bottom now. we're
My
here.
goodness. And mind you, the Cobras team had about 50 Zacks on it. It's like, hey, Zachariah.
Is that the new name, is it, mate?
I'm telling you.
very
And then
specific.
our team had one Zach,
beautiful.
right? They were all Kipre. Our team had one Zach who was,
Yeah, I was going to say Zach is
Um,
normally the Kiprego for the Zachariah.
yeah.
type.
Well,
Well, it is.
All I heard from the coach, the opposition coach, was Zach, Zachariah, Zach, and then occasionally Luka.
You know the thing about the Luka? I know we're running out of time, but the whole...
Oh, mate, we're going way out of time.
What's that?
You know the story with a Cypriot a priest?
No.
Well, I don't know it exactly well enough, but basically there was a baptism, and there was a fight, and the parents wanted to call it Luka, and I think the godparents or two godparents were fighting. One wanted to call it Luka, and the other one called it Nikolaos. Anyway, the priest was in, and he was about to dunk the baby in, right? And then he just said Luka Nikolaos. Back up your mind and NBA.
That's a good one. Actually, talking about the church, you remember that thing that I posted up, Valandi, that time when the priest was running through the church with a veil?
Oh, yeah.
The Olympic.
Mate, that is a classic video that comes out every Easter.
Wait, but the best thing was when
Easter.
he threw the discos. The disco just went flying, mate. It was like the Frisbee Championships, mate. It was incredible. Anyway, let's go to the NBA. Now, the finals are on us, but just before the finals, Valandi, they had the play-ins. Now, this is a new format from last year. 7th and 10th playoff, 7 and 8, and then 9 and 10. Now, the Lakers had to play one of those games, and they played the Warriors. They ended up winning, Valandi, by 3 points, thanks to a LeBron James three-pointer.
Of course.
The clutch man of all clutch men.
Here we go.
Now, I'm just going to bring this up, Valandi, just before we get into the first round of finals, because a lot of people say LeBron, he's not clutch. He's not clutch.
Here we go.
But the stat that I see here, Valandi, regular season playoff play-in, 97th career game-tying go-ahead field goal in the final minute. Second most in last 25 seasons to none other than Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace, on 101. So Kobe Bryant 101, LeBron James 97th career tying field goal or go-ahead field goal in the final minute. So you want to talk about clutch, ladies and gentlemen? There it is. Kobe was the number one, as we know, and LeBron in second place in the last 25 years. So for you
Here we go.
Malkoviches out there, Naste Kala, Christos Anesti, but look, he is the clutch man. I'm telling you now, folks. So anyway, back to the first round. Now, Giannis, the Greek freak, or Giannakismas, they're playing Miami Heat, Valandi, your team last year who knocked the Bucks out, if you remember, in the finals.
Yes.
But the Milwaukee Bucks got through 109-107 thanks to a Chris Middleton game winner. And they're up 1-0 in that series. And the biggest news of that day was Dallas, the Mavericks, baby goat Luka Doncic, our Mavericks friend, beating the Clippers by 10 points to go 1-0 up away from home. So that's a big result for Dallas over there. Brooklyn Nets beating Boston after Boston early was up. And Portland Trailblazers, Valandi, beating the Denver Nuggets in the first game, which is massive. Now to today, Washington lost to Philadelphia. Philadelphia winning by 7 points with the Aussie Benny Simmons. He scored about 5 points, I think it was, 15 rebounds, 15 assists, so incredible stat line. He needs to score a bit more, I think. The Lakers losing to the Suns, so they're playing the Phoenix Suns in the first round. And as we know, last year, Valandi, the Lakers lost their first game of every series, so it might be an omen. Hopefully we can win it. But just to give you an idea, the Lakers finished 7th. There has never been a team that has finished 7th and won an NBA title, so this would be a first if it does occur. And I think if any team can, mate, is the LA Lakers, or the MA Lakers as our team is called. Another big one, the Atlanta Hawks beating New York Knicks by 2 points today. And, mate, the Memphis Grizzlies, who came through the play-in, and they beat the Warriors. They won their first game against the Spurs, then beat the Warriors and knocked Steph Curry out with Ja Morant in ripper form. Beat the Utah Jazz today, Valandi. They beat the number one seed by 3 points. Donovan Mitchell obviously wasn't playing, but that's a massive result for them. And tomorrow is the second round of Milwaukee and Miami. So let's hope Giannis and them can go 2-0 up. I think they will go through, Valandi. I think this year the Bucks will go through there. Because Chris Middleton, who didn't play very well last year as a second scorer, is playing well this year. So I would say that the Bucks will go through in that one. So let's see what happens there. But I thought you guys would love that LeBron James stat because I know you love LeBron. But anyway, couple of things before we finish off. Now, Tsitsipas won another title, as you know, in guess how many minutes, Valenti? 69 minutes.
Wow.
He's in quite good form,
He's
isn't
in great
he?
form, mate. Leading up to the French Open, he won the Monte Carlo Masters after beating Britain's Cameron Norrie 6-3, 6-3 in the final of the Lyon Open. And also, from what I saw, Kokkinakis won a title as well. I saw it on Instagram. I can't remember the name of it, but he did win a title, so congratulations to him as well. But I thought he's come back from obviously serious injury as well, so good for him to get back on the scorer's board. Now, change of pace. Last thing before we finalise tonight's sport. Formula One.
New leader on the
Formula
championship
One.
board.
Now, hang on. Before we get to the race, what happened with Ferrari, mate, and Charles? Sir Charles was going to win it last night.
Can I just say that is the most hilarious stuff
Are they
I
running
have
a joke?
seen.
Are they running a clown factory there, mate, or something?
Oh man! So he wins pole position,
Yeah.
and then he decides in the dying minutes of practice or qualifying, should I say, to crash the car, right?
Banana, mate.
Which meant,
Typical Lacey style, man.
yeah, which means that
Jean.
he had pole. No one else had enough time to qualify for a better time, and he ended up on pole. But
That's the way to do it, mate.
but what happened during the race?
His gearbox or something.
His
went.
gearbox started getting faulty.
But apparently you can't change it because then you lose. He was going to lose positions. So they
you
took
get
the
docked.
They took the chance.
You get docked.
But apparently they came out today saying that the issue on the game day or race
all
day
rigged,
wasn't the same. But I reckon, I don't know what's happened with Ferrari, mate, but I think they've lost the plot. Let's be honest now. But look,
They're an interesting bunch
Oh,
at the
mate.
moment. But can I just say the most exciting thing and
With F1.
the biggest thing right now is that Hamilton came in at 7th
that's crazy, mate.
and has lost the championship lead
You know,
to Verstappen. Did I not say to you at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year?
I remember hearing this.
Did I not say to you
See
that
there?
it's going to be a very tight matchup between Verstappen and Hamilton this year? And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
well, I think the biggest talking point also is
Don't
what's
say
his name?
Ricciardo, 'cause
Sainz finishing in second position
Oh.
for Ferrari. Pretty good result for him.
very good result.
And Chuck Norris's cousin Lando.
Well,
finishing
that's
in
another
third.
very very big result.
Well,
That-
he's third, mate. Norris is third in the drivers'
one of the
championship.
McLarens is actually doing quite ridiculously well. Now,
What do you
this
do
is
with Ricciardo? Every of his teammates always rip, and he does nothing.
I'm
mate.
gonna bring something up here, right? Now, I love Ricciardo. I think he's a fantastic driver.
You should have gone to Ferrari, mate.
I beg to differ.
Well, no, I think that in the right car, he's a fantastic driver.
Yeah,
but
in the
this
right
is
car,
what
a
I'm going.
fantastic driver too.
This is my comment now. My comment is, how long can you blame the car?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're getting to now.
He must be
where
the most.
Ricardo's
he must be
pretty much
the
saying, I'm
longest-
still trying to get used
he's
to the
longest
car.
serving driver that-
Well, I'm sorry, but if you're a Formula One driver, you should be able to slot into any car and drive it.
The guy's just milking left arm, mate. That's all he's doing, mate. He's not a good driver.
It
let's
just
be
makes
honest
no
now.
sense.
About it, he's the longest milker
Yeah.
of milkers.
Yeah,
in
no,
history.
he's the milker of all milkers.
He just
mate.
wants to live up life over in Monaco and, you know.
What's this new? There's going to be a second Grand Prix in Miami, or something like that.
Is there? I haven't seen it. I
Look,
haven't seen
there's
it. I thought that was the one
with
they
the
were
way
talking
that
about. Yeah,
with the
yeah.
way that the calendar has worked out. So no, it's not a second race in
in
Miami. It's going to
US, in
be
the US.
the second race in US
Yeah.
back to Miami because years ago they used to race in Miami.
Yeah, that was a long
So
time
they're
ago.
bringing the Miami race back,
That'd be awesome, man.
which I think would be
Well,
fantastic.
similar
Imagine
to
that comes here.
similar to Monaco,
Yeah,
like the
Yeah,
scenery and stuff
scenery.
like that.
but look, going back to Ricardo, I just think you know what, mate. Enough is enough. You obviously don't suit Renault. You don't suit McLaren. You right now aren't suiting F1 at all.
No. How about Aston Martin? They did well.
They did fantastic.
Vettel in 5th and Stroll coming in 8th. Strolling in there, mate, or
Yeah.
Lance.
So-
but look, yeah, Verstappen takes the lead, as you said, and also Red Bull takes the constructors' title lead as well. Now, I just saw a photo here back from 2011 in the Monaco GP. The last time the three legendary teams finished in that order was 10 years ago to this day. Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren. Now, I'm trying to think who was it. Was it Prost?
Alain.
Not Alain Tillego or Prost. Who's that guy there? I can't remember his name now.
Oh, I was just going to say something.
Vettel was first.
Tom.
What was his name?
First,
now?
that wasn't Tom, and it wasn't Tom.
Hang on a sec. Let's go to 2011. Lucky we've got the phones here. There, 2011 Monaco Grand Prix.
Do these guys really run a radio station here, or what? It's hilarious.
Well, these are the ad lib stuff, mate. We just
like I
we
do,
try and
mate.
work out what it is. Anyway,
Can
20.
I just ask, what on earth is this?
What is it?
Alonso, Fernando Alonso there.
Alonso.
A
So it was
crocodile.
Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, and Jensen Button. You remember Jensen in
How
third?
many times? There's another guy, man. How many smashes that guy?
Oh, Jensen. Is that George Jensen's uncle there?
Probably. Just
He had one championship you remember in 2009, 15 wins, 50 podiums. Yeah,
who?
not bad.
Alonso?
Or Jensen.
Button.
One championship, mate. Not bad for the Button.
All I know is all time.
Who's number one, mate?
Lacey.
You love him, mate, don't you?
Well, he was a psychopath.
Nah, look, Hamilton, then Schumacher, then Senna, man.
Nah, Hamilton over Schumacher. Are you serious?
Hamilton,
Over
mate.
Senna.
Hamilton,
Depois que
mate.
ela topou first it's LeBron over Michael Jordan. Que toda como
What exactly are you smoking on that end? You know what? You need to take that capello
tell
off.
you what,
You've worn that capello
someone who
far
has
too
this
much.
pen, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, there's a lot to be said.
you're saying-
about
We are looking
Dr. Pedia.
we are looking at a relative of Ane here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
Hey.
definitely. Oh, that's who he
Hey, Senna was my favourite, all right, but we're not talking about favourites here. Okay.
You're saying that Hamilton is a bigger champion than
Well, how many
Senna.
titles has he won?
Mate, again, I'm going to
Right,
go back.
here
I'm
we
going
go.
to go
Okay.
back to this debate.
All right, let's go.
No,
so
not
hang on, so
Ricardo.
you're going to talk about title debate?
No.
In F1.
I'm not talking
in
about.
F1, but
I'm
in
not.
NBA, it's the titles wins. Whoever wins the
No,
most
I'm not
titles.
talking about title debate. I'm just saying that different periods here we're talking now, all right? The
Exactly.
period of Senna and Schumacher differ to today. Today technology has advanced so much that it's made it easier for Hamilton to win. Back then, all cars were equal. Now, Mercedes are just running away with technology.
All cars weren't equal there.
Man,
There was no. There was. I
McLaren,
think the
mate,
rules
back
weren't
then.
the rules
you
less
know what?
regulated back
Put
then?
it this way. You
Yeah,
could
like
have
The
put
car
Let's
specs
put
and stuff. That's what I'm
Super
saying.
in
The car specs and that was all
the differential.
was unregulated back then, mate. They only
What,
changed it
and
when
you-
Ferrari was cleaning up. They ended up changing
Yeah.
all the specs.
Mate, you could have put Senna in any single car on that
I'm not
grid,
denying he was a
and
great
he would
driver,
have
mate.
would have.
And we don't know because obviously, unfortunately, he passed away, man. But he could have won more.
And that was a
You know,
Fagan
that was a
there.
tragic,
I'll
mate.
turn into my Greek conspiracy.
The
theories.
Fagan.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
but
talk. I'm very passionate when it comes to motorsport. So
Hey, was there any V8s this week, mate? Considering
There
you know
wasn't,
about
no.
motorsport, There you go.
no, there was last week.
But anyway, I'm going to take my alligator pen and
is that yours?
that's mine, mate.
I'm
So
telling
that's
you, Dipedi, you were saying when he's smoking, well,
Is that actually your pen?
What are you off to? Yeah.
Where the hell
It
did
is
you
now.
get that from?
I have no idea where it came
I
from,
think
mate. But
super pins.
but
On
I
that
don't know.
note, I think we should end the show because
It's gone
Don't
over,
blame
but
me, boys.
E mi storia come cani.
Oh, listen,
se
before
gazzetto.
we go,
Oh, here we go.
we need
Special
to-
comment, 10:15
We
p.m.
need to plug someone here. Can we plug someone or not?
Who's plugging?
what are we plugging? No, I'm being serious. Like, do you need to charge your phone and put it in the plug? I don't know.
No, I don't need to charge my phone and put it in the plug, Valadi. Although, well, no. So basically, wanted to just quick plug. Good mate of mine, relative of yours. What is it called? 11 football.
Oh yes.
Yanni Stammer and co.
Actually, we've got to get him in the show and get him
I think you need
to
to.
ask about
I think
the
you need to.
academy,
The
mate.
academy is doing fantastically well, from what I understand. For those who don't know, there are many development programs. There are camps.
Camps, or hell.
soccer
Actually, we're going to
camps,
get him in. He'll be our next
camps.
guest, mate. He'll be our next
I
guest.
think you should.
We'll get him on, mate, and
Anyway, he's going to be at
talk about.
Kubaru in a couple of weeks' time, so I can't wait to see him.
Is he?
Yep, Andaxios, none
Ποιος βαφτίζει?
Actually, it's δεν βαφτίζει κανέναν παντρεύει, ρε. Not yet. Not
Ποιος
yet.
παντρεύει?
Not Dimas's wedding.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Oh, really?
Dimas.
I'm DJing at that.
Τον Dimas,
I
mate.
might see you then.
Oh, jeez. Isn't that going to be a memorable night?
Yes, I don't know if Anna is coming, but we will be there.
Well, she's in Adelaide at the moment, so...
she?
Well, that's what I gathered
No, that's
she's
Danae,
here for.
not Anna.
Huh?
That's Danae.
Oh, Danae.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Anna is not here.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's
But
having
anyway,
a COVID test.
Get
Anna's
them
having a
Stammer
Big
in,
Mac.
alright?
There we go. There you go, folks.
11
We will
Football
get
Academy.
11 Academy in the studio to discuss all things football. And we'll get his thoughts on a few different events across the world, mate. So we'll get him on as soon as we can.
He's quite articulate, your cousin. Didn't realise that until I spoke to him.
Yeah, I know. All the Giannopoulos brains went to him.
Here we go. Τώρα, κοίτατε λέει αυτός.
I mean, Dion on the other... Actually, it was Dion's birthday on
It
Sunday.
was, mate.
Happy birthday, Dion.
22nd, mate. Is he
Jerome
listening?
was there?
Τον
He's
είπες να
probably
το
sleeping.
ακούσει.
Dion's
Τώρα
probably sleeping.
he's sleeping now, mate. Forget about it.
So his son's
He's
probably
watching
waking him
Netflix
up.
and he's sleeping τώρα. Γεια σας, παιδιά. Να είστε καλά. Thanks for coming in, Πάτε.
Thanks for
me, guys.
dropping by.
Thanks for having me. Να είστε καλά. Χριστός Ανέστη. Χρόνια πολλά to everyone.
Alithos Anesti, you're
Alithos.
welcome anytime.
You are too.
Special
Good
comments.
night to Ben Hall. A good night to Vasily Giannopoulos.
Unfortunately, Benny Hall, you're not going to have a good sleep, mate.
Good
Vasily
night
will because
to
Liverpool
Stacey.
won. Oh, Valandi, I forgot to tell you before we sign off, Tottenham have finished above Arsenal for the 5th consecutive Premier League season. So London is white. There you go, mate. Καληνύχτα, να είστε
Why
καλά.
did we need to finish the night on that? I don't understand why we had to finish the night on that. I know, yeah, I know.
I know.
Good night to all our listeners. Καληνύχτα σας. George Malamas,
Γεια σου,
Panagi,
Georgie.
Double Trella, good evening.
Double trailer.
This is Kefi Live Radio. We'll be back next Monday. And hey, by the
Sorry
way,
if we trelanied you tonight.
by the
folks.
way, can I just say,
Sick gnomes.
Εγώ προσπάθησα να...
online we are in the presence of a award-winning Academy award. I don't know what you call him, Actors Award.
Yeah.
Father. So Ben Hall.
Oh,
obviously.
that's right. Yuki. What's the name?
His daughter.
Yuki. Was it Yuki?
His daughter is in Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
The little baby.
Wow.
The brand new Mortal Kombat movie.
Actually, that's express
Did
release.
you not
on
know that,
Foxtel.
Father?
I did not know that, but now that I do...
Have you
I have
watched the
more
movie?
respect.
Is it Yuki?
Have you watched the movie?
No.
Is the
No.
daughter's name Yuki Hall? Was it Yuki?
Hold on, is this some kind of joke? Is she actually...
No, she's in it.
So
mate.
right at the start of the film, we've got.
Can we watch this? Hold on.
Yeah, it's out in the cinemas now.
Actually,
And it was
Video?
filmed.
Is
It was
on
all.
Foxtel?
Actually,
So-
Benny Hall's going to sleep well because he's raking in the.
Oh, yeah, Benny
So-
Hill, Benny Hill.
So Mia,
He's going to quit working soon. There.
hey,
St. George College.
so Mia Hall is the baby, is Ben's
yes,
daughter,
young Mia.
and she played the baby
No
of
way.
What was the baby called there?
of Scorpion. So
Really?
well before he became
Scorpion
Scorpion.
or Raiden? Scorpion.
Yeah, Raiden.
Can we
Raiden.
watch, can we
No,
watch
not
the latest
Raiden.
Mortal Kombat? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's watch it, mate. Have you seen it yet?
By the way, Yuki is his wife, not the
okay.
kid.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. So
Thought I'd tell it like after
so I've
5
seen
minutes.
I've seen it. No, because I'm doing a Valandi here, and I'm responding like
know.
5 minutes later. So yeah, so basically Mia is the baby that gets
great. Well
gets
done.
hidden away.
You should be very proud, Benny.
That's it, mate. Academy
Yuki?
Award.
So fantastic. I recommend you watch it because
Yeah, that's
it
cool.
was filmed mainly in Port Adelaide.
In the warehouse.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I've read a review on that.
But it is the best version of Mortal Kombat films that I have seen.
I actually applied for, like I did my photo and everything, but I never got in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They weren't taking wogs.
Well,
So
no.
So basically, yeah. So she plays the Scorpion's daughter.
Cool.
I'm sure there was a Greek Mortal Kombat guy. Or
Yeah.
Sub-Zero, δεν ήταν Έλληνας.
Yeah, and the winner of the Greek Mortal Kombat wins an Arani for the Suvla. All right, I think we've talked enough crap now. We've gone way over.
I've been talking crap. You may have.
We're nearly at 10:30. Guys, καληνύχτα σας, καλή σας εβδομάδα. Εμείς θα τα ξαναπούμε την επόμενη Δευτέρα, 8 με 10. Γεια σας.
Yeah.